Hello there. I want to share an idea with you today that could be sabotaging your ability to follow up on potential leads that have come to you in your business. So, I'm Angela Raspass, a business strategist and a self leadership coach, and this is a self leadership snippet. Now, I've just got off a call with a lovely client who was beating herself up about what she felt was a missed or a mucked up opportunity. Now, she had just spoken at a really large conference about 10 days ago. She had a keynote on the main stage, as well as a brilliant breakout workshop, which a lot of other women came along to. Now, the actual richness and depth and value of what she was giving in both of those presentations was evident by the fact that about 28 people said, yes, I want to have a follow-up conversation with you. So she left some time for them to get back to their normal world after this big conference, and then she sent her email inviting them to take that next step. But what has happened is that not a single person responded to that email. And as you can imagine, I'm sure most of us have been in a situation where we've sent an invitation or an offer and got crickets. We had so much riding on it. We really felt this was going to be a big boost to our business, and then nothing. That's a sucker punch when that happens. And you can go in one of two directions. And this is where self-leadership comes in really strongly. Door number one, if you want to walk through this one, this is the door where you beat the hell out of yourself. You tell yourself you're such an idiot. You tell yourself that you've mucked up this opportunity. You tell yourself that you got it all wrong. You basically suck, and why do you even bother? See where I'm going with this? Door number two, you see what's happened and you learn from it. You apply liberal self-compassion, and then you work out how you can either make a better choice next time, or in the instance of today, work out an interim measure to solve the problem. So my client was in doorway one, hovering there, really starting to take herself down that slippery slope, right into self-doubt and self-flagellation, which I got to tell you, never provides intentional action, which is such a core part of self-leadership. So what happens here is the principle I believe that I need to share with you. Okay. Now, regardless of what that email said, and we worked out a way to send a different one using a different tool, which is really going to create some breakthrough for her audience, a way of gaining their attention. But let's come back to the actual problem that we have here. Now, those women that she met at the conference were absolutely blown away by what she had to share and wanted to make that next connection. But they're at a conference where they are elevated into this space of possibility and potential, when they're excited and they can see these opportunities and are really looking forward to pursuing them. And then they go back to the real world and they are back at the coalface, emails flying, deadlines, meetings, responsibilities, all of the things that weren't with them at the conference. So now their attention has been crowded out. Their possibility pie, which they have sitting on their desk and in their heads, is huge. And our offer is a teeny tiny slice of that pie. But to us, our offer is our whole pie. So we've got two very different perspectives. On one side, you've decided that, or you realize and really want this opportunity to be huge. So your focus is fully on it. But to them, just a tiny slice of their pie. That's reality. So what do we do with that? We need to follow up. We need to not just send that first invitation and then go, well, guess that's over. We need to find out a way that is in coherence with your brand and the way in which you position yourself, the language you use, the tools you use, and find a way to reconnect. And that's exactly what my client and I worked on today and came up with what I think is going to work really well, but I'll find that out in between and on our next call. But just for now, I want you to be thinking about the self-leadership tools. Okay, one of those is to be able to use flexible thinking. So not allowing your thoughts to go zooming down that slippery slope behind door one, to notice the trigger. Usually it triggers to the not good enough, and to pull yourself back and actually get to a more useful space. So the flexible thinking allows you to work out, how can I come from a different angle on this? And the emotional intelligence part of a self-leadership lens also allows you to recognize when these emotions are overcoming you and to pull them back down, to hit the brakes and to bring them back down to a level that you can actually work with. Now, the actual strategy in terms of how to follow up, that's going to depend on what the situation is. And that's something that I work with my clients very specifically on. But just for now, remember that possibility pie. You're a little slice of theirs and a really big slice for you. And that means you need to follow up, you need to follow through, and you need to continue to make connection so that you can provide that brilliant service that is waiting to transform them. So that's the self-leadership snippet for today. I hope you found it helpful, and I look forward to sharing another one with you really soon. Take care.